Hello guys, in this short video I'm going to show you how to automate collecting feedback after Livestorm webinar. Because every time we finish webinar we are wondering, how did it go? How was it? But to gather the feedback and ask the questions we are really interested in, it takes time because you need to export the list of the people, of the attendees, then import it into your survey platform you're using, and then you need to trigger the campaign. Probably you will make a few mistakes, maybe you will send the email invitation twice, maybe there will be typos. We hate all those scenarios, right? Because the process of gathering feedback after webinar should be automated. And still, many platforms out there, I mean webinar platforms, they allow you to connect stars, thumbs, hearts, or whatever, but sometimes you want to be in charge of questions. So you want to ask questions. You want to decide what are you asking about, right? Am I right? Does that sound familiar to you? Of course. So guys, today I'm going to show you how you can automate collecting feedback after Livestorm webinar. Also, we're going to use Start Question as a survey platform and Zapier as a tool which helps us to integrate. Okay, so let's move on. Let's meet Livestorm. Livestorm is our main actor today, but not the only one. So this is the platform I started to use recently, and I'm very excited about this because I tested many different webinar platforms, and this one has one biggest advance I love. It's the feature of recurring events. Because, you know, my personal goal always is to automate things that can be automated. And webinars are something like, okay, we know that they help our people, our users in onboarding. We know it's great to have webinars because they are engaging. People are signing up, then they need to show up. But also, it's really great to record webinar just once and then put it on autopilot, make it recurring. So in my company, we are using recurring webinars and they help us onboarding users. So we help them in understanding another part of our tool. And it works pretty well. So this is the feature. This is the reason why I love Livestorm. So our second actor in today's tutorial is a Start Question. It's not a secret. I work at Start Question, and we are survey platform. By survey, it could be really, I don't like to call us the survey software because we are a lot more than just that. We are the data collection software because we allow you to create any type of data structure you would like to have, and you just create it with as easy as drag and drop of the block. Also, our customers always say that we are the best survey software when it comes to integration because you can connect us with everything. And if you don't know how to do it, we will help you because our customer support is also world class. So yeah, enough of those ads. The third actor, and in my opinion, the most important here, because without Zapier, there wouldn't be today's video. It would not be possible. Because I believe that most of you already know what Zapier is, but I have to also keep in mind that some of you might not. So long story short, Zapier is a platform which allows you to connect thousands of your favorite apps. But how does it work? Because many apps are already connected with each other. So what is going on? Why do I need Zapier? Let me give you an easy example. We have a Livestorm and we have a start question. Probably those two apps would never decide to integrate together. But if Livestorm and start question are integrated with Zapier, it means that they are integrated with themselves. I hope it makes sense, but Zapier allows you to connect apps without talking between vendors, and this is something which I actually love. I'm gonna cry in a second, so let's move on. So guys, this is what we are trying to achieve today. We are going to create a questionnaire, the online survey on the start question, and this survey will look something like this. So and we are going to trigger email invitation, email campaign after Livestorm webinar is over, and this will be done totally automatically. So once we set this up, we can sit back, relax, and watch our results. So this is the most beautiful part of the software. So this is of course just the basic screen of the survey. Keep in mind that I decided to go with Net Promoter Score because it's quite popular these days and we have a special support of it. But if you want to ask about the stars, thumbs up, or anything else, you can do it. So just keep this in mind that this is a sample. So as a result of sending this survey on autopilot, what you can expect, this is the real screenshot of our reports and start question. So you can see what Net Promoter Score your webinars have. This is pretty amazing. Also, you can see here that this is the variable, because we are using the one template of the survey, but we are going to support every single webinar that will take place in the future. If it's recurring, if it's one-off, no matter what, we can support every single webinar created using your Livestorm platform with this, because the title of the webinar will always be put here as this variable. So you can see you will have this Net Promoter Score. What next? This is my favorite one, because with our platform you can, and possibility to use the one survey to ask attendees of all events, you can create a ranking because you can group together answers that are related to particular event. You see, we have how to start your first online survey webinar, and it has Net Promoter Score of 25. Then we have this online quiz with points and feedback. This is also one of the possibilities of Start Question platform. So this is not that good because it's minus 33. Of course, this is an example, guys. The real world example would be better, definitely way better. And the last on the list is collect any data with an online form. So this is the third webinar, and it's absolutely crap. Yeah. Also, here is average LTR. LTR is likelihood to recommend. So because NPS, it's, you know, that trying to understand how NPS works, it's not that trivial because we have different difficult math to do it. But this LTR, this is like the mathematician average. You know, we just sum all the answers, sum up, and then divide by the number of answers. And this is how it works. So it can give it can be more precise because sometimes NPS is similar, but LTR is different. So yeah, here is in the last column you're going to see the number of responses. Yeah, of course. So this is another report you're going to receive once we finish. Also something I love is the trend. Once you start put your feedback, webinar feedback on autopilot, then you can see the trend. You see here is the week 18 of the 2021, but once you start collecting data next week and the week after, you will start seeing here the trend. You will see, you see here is the Net Promoter Score, minus 22, and in the next week, when you collect any response, you will see the line, and I hope it will go north. So this is also amazing piece of the report. So yeah, guys, this is what we're going to see today, because I'm going to show you the live demo how to achieve that. Here is the information about myself. I'm the head of sales and marketing at Start Question. So I will be showing you today how to create this automation. And if there will be questions, if you will be blocked on anything, just let me know and I will help you. So as a starting point, you will find it in the video description below. This is the starting point for our Zapier, because this is one of the coolest feature in Zapier, that once you create a Zap, you can share it with others. So as something I'm doing right now. All right. So once you click on this link, just go with try this Zap. Once you click on it, you will be immediately redirected to your user account on Zapier, and this Zap will be copied. So, and everything is almost done here. So the only thing you have to do is connect your Livestorm account. You can do it here. I already did that, so I can continue. Then you can see that there are some information about filtering events. So for example, if you want to have feedback only after particular events on Livestorm, you can do it here. But for me, it's not necessary, because I want the feedback to be sent after every single event. So I'm leaving this. I'm leaving both options. Also, this, we leave it like it is. I won't even explain to you. It's not necessary to explain this to you. So okay, that's cool. I click continue, and always when you create a Zap, you need to test the trigger. So you need to click this button, and then the Zapier is trying to connect to the Livestorm and is trying to get some sample data we will then work on. And as you see, we received a bunch of sample data. One of the things is the email of the attendees, of the particular attendee. So we are going to use this email later on. Also, what we're going to use later on is information about the attendance. Because what is obvious, many people sign up, but they never show up. We don't want those to respond to our survey. No, because what for? They won't do anything good to our survey, right? We want to feedback only those who attend. So here is the information about the attendance. If it's false, it means that this particular person didn't show up. If it's true, it means that this person showed up. So please remember this. I will put additional step in our Zap. Only continue if. You see, here we are using the filter by Zapier. And this is the moment when we will decide not to send survey to people who are who never attended our webinar, just sign up, because we don't want them. So you see, everything is predefined. You don't have to choose anything, but the filter for Zapier, it works pretty well, because you can choose that this Boolean value should be set to true. And so you don't have to change anything here. Just press continue. You see, you have also information that this Zap would not have continued. And this is true, because the sample data we got from the Zapier at the very beginning was, you saw that the attendance value was false. So everything is all right. We click close, and this is the third action. This is the moment when we want to trigger invitation being sent to the email. How we do it? So this might not look really easy, but trust me, it is. So the first starting point is that you will have this URL here. And in this URL, you have this ID account is here. Then it's the key, and here is the auth. You have 3 variables here. And what you have to do is you need to log into your Start Question account, go to the settings area, go to the integrations, and here you have account ID, key, and auth. You can always generate a new if it's not present. Just click here. So what you have to do is you have to click it, and you have to put the ID here, then put the key here, and the third one, auth, you click here. All right. So this is done. So you are now authorized here. The next thing you're going to use is the survey ID and ID template. So how does it work? When you create, let me go to the projects section. You see I have my survey here. So you can also take a look how it's designed. You see, here is this first question: how likely is that you would recommend our webinar title to a friend or colleague? Of course, if you want to change anything, you can do it. If you want to add anything more, you see, I told you at the very beginning that we are quite sophisticated platform when it comes to data collection from the users. So you can design it as you wish. Here is the question about the open question to explain why you decided to give us the answer. So this will always give you a lot of great information. Really amazing feedback will come here. As a third step, we can rate the detailed criteria. So you can also decide if topic of webinar or preparation of the presenter or quality of the session is something you are looking forward to, or maybe you just don't care. If you don't, you can simply remove this question. Also, you can add many more questions depending on what you're interested in. So yes, this is how you configure this. But once you have your survey created, go to collect, please. And here is you see in the URL, here is this number. you need to copy this number and paste this here as ID survey, and you're done. The last thing is ID template. ID template is information. We have to provide information. What would be the invitation? How the invitation would look like. So we click on email distribution. We click this. One thing you need to do is you have to create the title here, because this is the title of our response, of our webinar, because we are sending the invitation to the users. And do you remember there was do you remember here in the when I started to show you, see, here was the title of the survey here in the double quotes. So we need to have this title passed somehow. So we are assigning it through the labels. We are using labels. So please keep in mind to add this label. Once you do it, you just enter manually something sample data like my email and sample title. This is just for, you know, configuration purposes. And then you create configure mailing. You click next here. And then you have to create the new invitation. So you see, here is the sender. It can be your email. It can be your company's name. So your company, right? Subject, invitation to complete the survey. So, and also remember that you can use this label. So I would go with, how did you like webinar? And double quotes. This is always, the question in the title is always good because it increases your open rate. So yeah, that's the way to go. And you see, here is the sample. Here is the sample question, the Net Promoter Score. So you can go with it. You can also, if you like, you can also go with the link to the survey if you don't want to embed the question. So this will be like more old-fashioned, in a more old-fashioned way, that you have this link to the survey. So yeah, hello. Please tell us a bit more. How did you like our last webinar? And we can choose the title from the tags area. You see, title. You can also see that this was automatically set up. Okay, let me give double quotes here. All right. Looks amazing. Of course, looks amazing if you don't want to have NPS embedded, because it's in this old-fashioned way. So yeah, if you go with this, you will have the NPS. This is really handy. This is really cool these days. So I really advise you to just leave this Net Promoter Score module. It has really good openings. And the last thing is we would like to give it a try. So save this. So invitation after webinar, and save without sending. All right, and as you see, after I save this, here in the URL, I have ID template. So I just copy this number and put it here. And that's it, guys. All other stuff like emails and label 1, you see the label 1 is the title, the one we configured, and the email is something which is mandatory. This is related to our email being taken from the Livestorm event at the very beginning. So yeah, this is how we roll. This is how we do it. Everything is ready, so you can skip this test and you can turn your Zap on, and it's gonna work automatically, and you're gonna love it. So let me show you, once we start collecting this data, what you will achieve here. And because I told you at the very beginning, I showed you some screenshots, but just wanted to give you a briefly live session of how you're going to see it inside the tool. Okay, so please take a look. Here is the trend, which is actually, you know, because we just started the survey, the trend is just the dot, but the longer you will have this automation on place, you're going to see the trend, you're going to see your net promoter score, you will see the detractors, neutrals, and promoters. You will have here the information about from the open text question. Here you will see the metrics question I showed you before with the average. So yeah, it works pretty well. The rankings I showed you, you see, here is the ranking. To create the ranking, you have to tell that you want to cross the data segment, which is our title, remember the label, and you want to cross it with the NPS. So once you do it, you see you have a beautiful list of all the events with the NPS score here in place. Yeah, so, and what is great is that it works automatically. It works automatically. You don't have to do anything. Each block you can add to report. So I will show you the final report I created, because first I wanted to show you also the cross tables. In cross tables, they work pretty similar to the rankings, but you can cross every two different data sources. So the data segment is our first source, and we're going to cross it with the matrix question, quality of the session. And you see here in this column, you have all your events, and here are the colors means very bad, bad, average, good, very good. So you see that those sample responses are not very optimistic. It's great that they are just the samples. So let me show you, I created also another cross tables for preparation of the presenter. You see, I can also add this to the report. Yeah, so basically that's it. So let me show you how the webinar results, the dashboard created. You see, here is the information with all the pieces I showed you. Webinar rankings by NPS, the trend, and the cross tables. And this kind of report you can export as a static PDF. We also have like this automation that you can send this to your email as a PDF every single week, every single month, whatever you like. You can also create the online dashboard with results being refreshed live, and I absolutely suggest doing that. Please take a look. I've got this here. Webinar results, you see, this is easily accessible with a link, and you have all the information on place. And this is how it works. This is how it works. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had I opened your mind, your head into things you are able to do. Please subscribe to our channel, because we're going to provide more videos about potential connections with many apps that are out there in Zapier or any other places. So also keep in mind that you can contact me directly. Here is my email, and I cannot wait to hear from you. Also, if you have any other ideas, what are the topics we could show how to integrate, I would love to know about them. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.